Good evening to one and all present here. A warm welcome to this large gathering of 25,000 indigenous students here in Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences. To present before you, we have the welcome song sung by the students of Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences.
Sana
you very much for the welcome song. Now, may I request Honorable Founder KIT and KISS, Dr. Achyuta Samant sir, to give the welcome address.
Good evening, everybody present here. On the occasion of this KISS Humanitarian Award Ceremony 2015, we have with us our His Excellency, Most Revered Dr. Alejandro Toledo. We have also with us Honorable Madam Mrs. Elena Toledo. We have also with us His Excellency Mr. J.J. Guillermo Benacot Rivera, Honorable Ambassador of Peru to India, and also respected Carlos, Deputy Ambassador of the same embassy to India on the audience side, and our President of KIT and KISS Society, most respected Srimati Shashwati Bal, and also respected Secretary of the KIT and KISS Society, Sri R.N. Das, my dear Dr. Prashant Kumar Rautrai, the CEO of this KISS, our Honorable Vice Chancellor of this KIT University, Professor P.P. Mathur, Esther Ma'am, and all the other members from the both KIT and KISS present here, particularly most revered our invited guests present here, and our respected press persons both from electronic and print media, other officials accompanying His Excellency Dr. Toledo, and lastly my most lovable Kissian. So it is our definitely great day in the premises of KISS. This premises of KISS has been addressed by very eminent personalities from India and outside India. But this day is very unique, and the hearts of each and every Kissian present here, in the hearts of each and every staff, and particularly to my heart, because today is the great functions of this KISS, that is the KISS Humanitarian Award, which was constituted in 2008, and this award has been so popular among the world leaders. I have no words to explain it, and today is the same ceremony conferring this KISS Humanitarian Award, one great personalities of the globe. And this award has been also earlier given, or the earlier recipient of this award, many great personalities, starting from the 2008, the Social Development Minister of the South Africa, then also many great personalities like Prime Minister of Bhutan, President of Mauritius, who is also the present Prime Minister of Mauritius, Chief Justice of Supreme Court of UK, many others have received this award. But today is such a special day, which we cannot forget for next 50 years, and particularly I cannot forget this day, because today's recipient is the best recipient till today we have selected for the KISS Humanitarian Award. Though time is very short, it is my definitely duty come pleasure to speak a few words in English and also to few words in Odia to my lovable Kissian. Sir, we take immense pride in mentioning that you have been one of the most amazing personalities in the contemporary world of social service, education, and politics. Your rising from the abyss of poverty to become a luminous humanitarian, globally prominent democratic leader of Latin America, and an icon of hope and aspiration of millions of poverty-stricken and indigenous aborigine people around the world, for whom you shall remain a beacon of light for eternity. As a child, you had to work, shining shoes, selling newspapers, lottery tickets to augment your family's income, but that did not daunt you from acquiring a meritorious academic career that rewarded you with a degree of Bachelor of Arts in Economics and a degree of Business Administration from the University of San Francisco, and later a master's degree in economics, and finally PhD degree from one of the most prestigious university of the world, Stanford, and Stanford Graduate School of Education. You have been a brilliant professor, an ardent administrator, an educationist par excellence, and a consultant to the United Nations before entering the political arena till you became the President of Peru from the 2001 and 2006. We salute you for all your works, and we admire you for your concern for the common man in general and for the indigenous people in particular. We believe there could not have been a better person than you to receive the honor from the organization working for the poorest of the poor indigenous children in the entire globe. So, sir, there are many things to cite in your career, but time is so short, and we are all here intensely interested to listen to you, including our 25,000 children. So, sir, we salute you. Only one thing I can say, I am personally very much touched with your entire career starting from childhood till date. As you know, must be knowing a little bit about me, I am really grateful to you and to your entire feelings and everything, starting from airport Bhubaneswar till now the premises of KIT. I have no words, but at the same time, it's my great pleasure and duty to extend the heartiest welcome on behalf of the staff, students, management of KIT University and also KIS, and on behalf of the entire 25,000 children present here, on behalf of the entire gatherings, on my behalf, I welcome you, sir, Dr. Toledo, to the premises of KIS, and particularly to the ceremony of the KIS Humanitarian Award 2015. At the same time, though there is a little bit deviation of protocol, I should thank my dear Aditya, who had been to your place flying 40 hours from India to extend or deliver my invitation in persons, and I could not go to you in persons, because now you must understand why I was not present along with Aditya in your place in Peru. Thanks to Aditya also. At the same time, it is also my great pleasure. As we all know, the success of a man definitely depends a little bit the support given by the woman. So definitely our great pleasure that you had come all the way along with the ma'am Toledo. So I have no words, ma'am, to welcome you on behalf of the gatherings. And my dear Kishan will be happy to know that Dr. Toledo never leaves his wife, Madam Toledo, even for a single moment or single minute. We should learn how much he loves Madam Toledo. So there is everything to learn from these persons like Dr. Toledo. We welcome you, ma'am, to this occasion. It's also my great pleasure to express first my thanks, gratitude to His Excellency, Honorable Ambassador of Peru to India. I had met you just before few days in your embassy. You are so kind to give the consent to grace this occasion. I have no words to express my thanks, gratitude, but at the same time I am happy. In the meantime, you must have been free from tiredness. You had seeing the ocean of children here. So it's my pleasure to welcome you, His Excellency, to the occasion of this KIS Humanitarian Award ceremony. It's also our great friend, Mr. Carlos. I welcome you also to this occasion. So, पिलामाने आम भितरे एपर्यंत बहुत लोक आसीचंती, किंतु तमे विश्वास कर एमतिका लोक आमे केबे जीवन में पाई नथिलु. आज जाको आमे डॉक्टर टॉलेडो को पाइछु. डॉक्टर टॉलेडो को विषय रे मु आज 3-4टा पेपर आर्टिकल बाहर करथली, तम माने देखिथिबो. एवं मु पचारली, मु खुशी लागले जे तम मानकु पढाई करी तम टीचर माने सुनैचंती. समयर घोर अभाव लाइव टेलीकास्ट चलची सेतिपई तांको अवार्ड दिया जिवो तांको स्पीच सुनिब मोर बहुत इच्छा थिला तांको विषय कहया पई किंतु पिला माने देख जेमती मु कुए तम माने आमको देखुतल मोर 100 गुणा आउरी दरिद्र दुर्बल थिले डॉक्टर टलेडो एते गरीब घर जन्म होइथिले 16 जन भाई भौणी बापा माँ रोजगार नहीं से 6 वर्ष बयस से जोता पॉलिश करते खबर कागज बिक्री करते लॉटरी टिकेट सब बिक्री करते फैमिली को सपोर्ट करने तमें चिंता कर आमे तो भाग्यवान पिलारे आम परि आउ के थिला तमे तमे कि भाग्यवान पिला 6 वर्ष बयस से या करिकिरी आसी 11 वर्ष बयस से पंचम श्रेणी पास कले प्राथमिक स्कूल तापर जमती तुम बापा माँ कहती ता बापा माँ कहले काम कर तू पाठ पढ़नी से किंतु पाठ पढ़ापी तो दृढ़ मना थिले से राति रे काम करती शनिवार रविवार काम करती शनिवार रविवार राति रे काम करी से हाई स्कूल पास कले हाई स्कूल पास कला परे से तापर कौन कले ये जो रिपोर्टर कहती नहीं आम रत्नागर पति सब जॉइन करते रिपोर्टर हिसाब से गोटे खबर कागज जॉइन कले तापर से कौन है बड़ बड़ लोकों संस्पर्श आसिले जड़े बड़ लोक संस्पर्श आसला से फुल स्कॉलरशिप देले तापर से ग्रेजुएशन पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन स्टैनफोर्ड सान फ्रांसिस्को सबू भाग्य लेखन के करवा आन जा भाग्य रे जा अच्छी पिला माने के किछि करि परिबेनी जेते गरीब घरे जन्म होइतले भी से जोठी पहुँचवा से पहुँचब डॉक्टर टोलेडो इज द बेस्ट एग्जांपल बिफोर द एंटायर वर्ल्ड पिला माने पास कला परे मते से संघर्ष करचंदी सब किछि करचंदी समय नहीं कहयापाई तापरे से प्रथमे इंडिपेंडेंट ठिया हेले तांको देश रे ऑटोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट को उठेया पई प्रथमे से हारिले स्वाधीन पार्टी टी आइतले तापरे 2001 रु से पेरूर राष्ट्रपति हेइतले 2006 पर्यंत राष्ट्रपति हैला परे तांको देश रे 25% पॉवर्टी कमेइले 7% एम्प्लॉयमेंट बढ़ेले तापरे बर्तमान पिला माने से बर्तमान विजिटिंग प्रोफेसर वर्ल्ड रो जेते बड़ बड़ यूनिवर्सिटी अच्छंती स्टैनफोर्ड ऑक्सफोर्ड हार्वर्ड सबु थिरे से होचंती वर्तमान विजिटिंग प्रोफेसर से बहुत गुड़ा बही लिखिचंती बेस्ट बही लिखिचंती एवं तांकर कैरियर वर्तमान आउरी अच्छी आगामी दिन रे वी ऑल प्रे दैट इज द प्रेयर्स फ्रॉम द प्योर सोल्स ऑफ 25,000 चिल्ड्रन विल बी विथ डॉक्टर टोलेडो एंड मैडम टोलेडो फॉर देयर पीस एंड प्रॉस्पेरिटी for all times to come and along with the good health. We cannot repay you. You have come all the way 40 hours flying. 40 घंटा से माने जर्नी करिया गोटे पेरू गोटे पृथ्वी गोटे आ गोटे कोण 40 घंटा से जर्नी करिकिरी से आसीचंदी काली राति 3टा दिल्ली रे पहुँचले ही हैज नो अदर वर्क आज कले सकाळु काली सकाळ 8:30 से चली जिवे 9टा फ्लाइट धरिबे सो ही along with madam Toledo came all the way just to bless all of you, just to encourage all of us, and just to see how he is an indigenous, how 25,000 indigenous children living in one place, fully residential, fully free, and also education. He had come all the way after listening to Mr. Aditya. He came all the way just to see you all. He has received more than 75 honorary doctorate award besides many things in his credit. My lovable Kishian, we cannot repay anything in comparison his love and affection towards us. It's our great pleasure to give a standing ovation for such type of personalities, Dr. Toledo and also Madam Toledo. With a big clapping, Jamti, it is our great pleasure पिला माने थैंक यू वेरी मच जेहेतु से आदिवासी घर आसी गरीब घर आसछन्ती सबू करछन्ती सेइथिपई से पूरा मर्माहत होउछन्ती विमोहित होउछन्ती से तम मानकु देखिला बेलकु खाली ताका आखिरु लुआ आसी जाउची काना से भी तम मानक परिका जणे थिले तेणु मोर एतिकी कहया कथा पिला माने आज आम पई गोटे मो पई तो शिक्षा जे जणे लोक को लेवुले केते कष्ट करी मु भी एते कष्ट करनथिली जो कष्ट मु तांको विषय पढ़ी जा आमको बहुत खुशी लगुच जे किस ह्यूमैनिटेरियन अवार्ड really today justified after receiving by Dr. Toledo. I salute you once, you sir, once again, and thank you very much.
KISS is really very proud and privileged to honor the most prestigious KISS Humanitarian Award 2015 to His Excellency Dr. Alejandro Toledo, former President of Peru. The KISS Humanitarian Award 2015, Dr. Alejandro Toledo, PhD. Revered Sir, very few people in this world have become legends in their lifetimes, and you have proved to be one such legend. When children should enjoy the warmth of their mother's hand around them, you yourself found in the streets to shine shoes, hawking newspapers to support your family. While history records the achievements of illustrious people, you created history as a Cholo president of Peru, the first ever president of indigenous descent in a South American country, democratically elected in 500 years. Your rise to fame is a story of remarkable hard work, strong determination, and persistence. Your brilliance in academics, despite being a politician, could dwarf many. From a fishing village school in the Andean highlands to become a graduate in the University of San Francisco, and then master's and PhD from Stanford. Your journey is indeed awe-inspiring. It is not an easy task to pull out a country from an unstable GDP and inflation above 23% to record a 6% annual growth with inflation coming down to 1.5%. As a distinguished professor, an economist par excellence, a visionary statesman, human rights supporter, and an outstanding human being, championing the cause of indigenous rights, you have left an indelible mark in every field you worked in. Every institution was honored by honoring you, and no wonder you have received more than 75 honoris causa from great universities across the world. We salute you for your works, and we admire you for your concern for the common man in general and for the indigenous people in particular. In recognition to your contribution to the world, in admiration to your policies to fight poverty. Honorable Eliana Santalka, Toledo, ma'am. To felicitate.
Dr. Samantha, all the distinguished members of the table, of the honor table, distinguished professors, staff, authorities, and most of all, to the dear children and students who are present here. We have come from very far away. It has taken us 30 hours flight to come from Peru, and we are extremely emotional and happy to have done it. Since we know of your existence, we have been thinking about you a lot. How we can convey your experience to Peru, to our indigenous peoples, who are about 8 million people, who speak many different languages, and how we can thank you for your beautiful and warm welcome. I have brought a very modest present to Dr. Samantha, which comes from the highlands of Peru. It is a kind of a dry fruit which is carved with the life of the village in the highlands. The region is called Huancayo. It represents all the festivities and all the work that the farmers do, and I thought of you a lot. So please, this is a very modest but very thoughtful token of our friendship to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request His Excellency Jose Jesus Guillermo Betancourt Rivera, Ambassador of Peru to India, to address the gathering. So please.
Well, good evening. I am very happy to be here, especially to be with the students, boys and girls. I am really happy, and thank you for this welcome ceremony. Well, first, Dr. Samantha, founder of Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences and founder of University Keys, former President of the Republic of Peru, Dr. Alejandro Toledo, Mrs. Eliane Karp, wife of President Toledo and also a scholar, a professor, members of the board, professors, deans, head of departments, principals, students, girls, and boys. It's my honor and my privilege to be here in this special ceremony, responding a kind invitation of Dr. Samantha to be here. It's really an honor that this ceremony of Humanitarian Award, KISS 2015, given by the founder of KISS to President Toledo, I think is well deserved due to his extraordinary commitment to social policies, not only in Peru, recognized in all the world. The personal story of former President of Peru, Dr. Toledo, is extraordinary and unique. His personal life represents one thing that for all of you is very important, has a very unique meaning. Well, do you think right now which is the meaning? Well, the meaning is studying hard, studying, to study, to read. In order to success in life, you have to study. Studying hard and be gentle to others is the most secure way to achieve success in life. Education is the most important thing we all have, and especially to you, boys and girls of Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Engineering. I strongly recommended you to continue this path, to continue this way, to make your own history. President Toledo is a very good example of how, through hard study, you can achieve your goals in life. Practice generosity in your life. Practice solidarity. Practice goodwill. Be generous. Be solidarity. And especially be kind to others. But at the same time, be also a strong competitor. Be competitive. Remember that in order to fulfill your potentials and achieve your goals, you have to study a lot. You have to read a lot. You have to read books, magazines, newspapers. You have to prepare yourself for this competitive world of 21st century. But I am sure you are doing so. Successful people only has one explanation in their lives. The explanation is that they found through the study the best way to achieve and fulfill their potentials. This ceremony, this award, is just a recognition to an extraordinary life of dedication, commitment to social policies, to work for the poorest of the poor. Former President of Peru is one of the best examples, not only in Peru and in Latin America, but all in the world. Please, continue your path of doing well. Be yourselves, be competitive, and life is going to reward you. In order to finish my speech, I would like to say that education means freedom. When you have education, you can choose. You can choose whatever you want to do in life. You can choose whatever you think is proper to you. Freedom to speak, freedom to learn, freedom to decide whatever you want to do. Please, go ahead. Conquer the world. First, conquer yourselves through study, and then conquer the world. And finally, just a final thought to express my recognition to the great educational effort done by Dr. Samantha. Dr. Samantha, your work is unique, is extraordinary. We congratulate you, to your professors, the students, the principals, the head of departments, Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology means high quality of education. And, well, thanks to you, be yourself, conquer the world. Thank you, Dr. Samantha. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for motivating our students. Now requesting His Excellency, Dr. Alejandro Toledo, to share his experiences and bless the children. Sir, please.
Namaste. Dr. Achunta Samantha, a brother of mine and our dreams to shape a better life for humanity in the world. dear members of the directory of the Kalinga Institute of Social Science and the Kalinga Institute of Technology, professors, workers, from those who are cooking now the rice to feed our stomachs, while others feed us our soul and our minds with their knowledge. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you deeply for this generosity of having chosen me through the Kalinga Institute of Social Science to give me this humanitarian award that has a profound meaning to me. Brother Samantha, please transmit to each of these youth, men and women, independently of the color of the skin, independently of the gender, independently of where they were born, they are human beings who are equal. There is no second-class citizen in the world. Dear Ambassador of my dear country, Peru, Jose Jesus Guillermo Betancourt, Ambassador of Peru in India. My dear friend, Carlos Jimenez, Minister Advisor in the Diplomacy of Peru. My brothers and sisters, younger than I have been trained by luck. I went through a very prestigious higher institutions in the world, but I'm not going to talk about credentials. I'm not going to talk about academia. I'm not going to talk about being a president of my country. Now I want to talk to you from my heart, from my soul, and a little bit from my mind. I want to share with you and this magnificent audience and group of young men and women. Please, don't let anyone in the world to truncate your dreams. I invite you to dream in order to be successful. But with one condition: dream with your eyes open. I want to open my heart to you because you are like me. You don't know how many things we have in common. I incline and pay tribute to Dr. Samantha for having initiated this enormous task of redrawing the social life of millions of people in this country that we admire. As the woman of my life, my partner of success and the difficult moments, Professor Ilian Karp has said, we have come now close to 40 hours of traveling to be close to you and to give you a tribute. My friends, I was born in a very poor, extreme poverty family in the high mountains of the Andes of Peru, 5,000 meters above sea level. Extreme poverty. I am one of 16 brothers and sisters. 16 brothers and sisters. With the same mother and the same father. Seven of them die their first year of their life because we didn't have a visionary man such as Dr. Samantha. 7 of my brothers and sisters die the first year of their life. 16 brothers and sisters, 6 twins. 6 twins. 7 of them die, and I'm the number 8th. So I just barely made it to be here with you tonight. They died because they didn't have access to potable water, to sanitation, to health care, much less to a quality of education. And we didn't have the fortune of having a leader, a humanitarian, a visionary, Samantha, in my country and my continent. Fortunately, my father decided that that life up there, 5,000 meters above sea level, could not continue killing the rest of my brothers and sisters. So he decided to migrate from the mountains to a seaport. I was 4 years and a half of age, but I already had early malnutrition. That's why I'm short and ugly. But at 4 years and a half in a seaport, we had to eat by necessity all the sea products, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, every type of sea products. Now I know this called omega-3. I didn't know then. So I couldn't say my height, I couldn't say my face, but I say my mind. I want you to know that from 4 years and a half until 14 years of age, I was a shoe-shine boy in the streets. At night, selling newspaper and lottery simultaneously, selling ice cream cone in the streets to supplement the income of the family. A shoe-shine boy newspaper seller, lottery, and other jobs to supplement the family income. I come from you, where you come from. Different languages, different religions, yes, but the same challenge. I'm the result of a statistical error. Just by accident, I survived. You have the luck of being at Kalinga Institute of Social Science. At Kalinga Institute of Technology, because you have a group of human beings, men and women, under the leadership of now my brother Samantha. I survived. Not only I survived, but by accident I had access to a good quality of education. Stanford University, Harvard, Sorbonne, Waseda in Tokyo. That's my only credentials. I have nothing more. But I'm free. I was extremely surprised when Dr. Samantha was showing me the campus and saw in the walls written, "Education is equal freedom." I have decided to donate the rights of my last book. I wrote 18 books. I just wrote my last one. Looking at the future, looking at from here 35 years from now, when you people are going to be 50 years old, by the year 2050, what kind of a life profile will you have? What kind of a challenge would you confront? Looking at the future. My friends, I am free to say my word in every corner of the world. I have decided to dedicate the rest of my life to transform the life of the poor. I want to kill poverty, inequality, exclusion, discrimination. I decided to dedicate the rest of my life You have a visionary man with a team, men and women, who is providing you this opportunity to be free. I am free to be here tonight because I have decided. I'm free thanks to education. And education is intrinsically related to nutrition, healthcare, and quality of education. Please, leaders of the world, I beg you to pay the teachers and the professors well. Pay them to train them well to provide quality of education. Because you're already on the road to freedom. Education gives you the capacity to choose, to be a leader. Not only that, I am free. I can tell the President of China that I agree or disagree with his policies, but that's part of my freedom. I can tell President Obama my opinion. We might agree or disagree, but I'm free to say what I think. Not only that, God has been so generous with me that I'm the first indigenous person who comes from extreme poverty, which is not the minority, but rather the majority, and they are poor in my country, who have had the privilege to be the first South American president of my country to be democratically elected in 500 years. If Alejandro Toledo, a shoeshine boy of extreme poverty, through education, became a president of his country, I am sure that tonight sitting in this audience, there is enormous potential that a woman and a man could be also president of India. If this indigenous Peruvian from extreme poverty became a president of his country, democratically elected in 500 years, you can do it. I know it. You can be a president, a prime minister, or whatever you choose to be successfully. All you have to do is grab this opportunity provided to you at this institution. Take advantage of the quality of education. Okalinga Institute of Social Science, Okalinga Institute of Technology. You can be a man and woman who can transform the social face of India and contribute to redraw the social face of the world. Listen to me for 1 minute. Today, the wars in the world is about oil and religious fanaticism. That's the challenge of today. Stanford University and Silicon Valley have already discovered an automobile that will run not with oil, not with gas, not with electricity, but with solar panels. So those countries who have a lot of oil and now think they are very powerful and insult the dignity of the poor by giving fish away. Instead of giving their youth the right to learn how to fish, they will have to drink that oil, because the price of oil has been $100 a barrel. Now it's $40. The demand for oil will no longer exist. But listen, young men and women, by the year 2050, when the world will be 9 billion people, that is 2 billion more mouths to eat, we'll confront at least 3 different challenges. Number one, the wars will be about the scarcity of clean drinking water. The wars will be about food security, because it will not be enough food to feed 9 billion people in the world. Third, you will confront the challenge of the adverse effects of climate change in the world. And climate change does not have a nationality, does not have a boundary. This world has shrunk thanks to technology. It belongs to us, and we have the responsibility to take care of it. The world needs today. The world needs you with a mind or leadership, more leadership and less politics. More leadership and less politics. I have had many honors in my life, 75 doctor honorary degrees, but nothing has been more touching than looking at the face of a young men and women with the potential of leadership, thanks to the access of quality of education. I do not know any more effective weapon in the world to kill poverty, inequality, discrimination, exclusion. I don't know any more effective weapon to kill inequality, poverty, than a good quality of education. So I pay tribute to the teachers and the professors of the world, from here, from India, from this institute. I pay tribute to all the teachers of the world, because thanks to them, I am free to come and pay tribute to Dr. Samantha and his collaborators, men and women, and to tell you, look at me. If I was a shoeshine boy since 5 years old until 14, you who have access to the quality of Kalinga Institute of Social Science, you could change the world. You can change the world. This is no longer a dream. We are sitting in this ceremony in which honors me of receiving the Kalinga Institute for Social Science Humanitarian Award. It is not a Nobel Prize, but with all humility, Professor Samantha, please convey to your collaborators that I take it as if it would be a Nobel Prize, but with humility. I hope I will have a chance to monitor closely, because today, because of this new technology, people in the world, particularly the poor, are every day less patient to continue to be poor. And they're waiting for you to redraw the social phase and the path of the poor. I will monitor closely what happens with you. We will do something together, Dr. Samantha, with the institute that I have the privilege to preside. And we will together join our hands to persuade the world that this is the only path. Quality of education, quality of education, quality of education. The only path to transform the world. From the bottom of my heart, I can tell you, young men and women, professors, administrators, workers, those who are in the kitchen cooking for you, under the inspiration of Dr. Samantha, I want to incline and pay you tribute for what they are doing for you, because he will be, as I will be, very proud of what you will do in the future for other generations like you. God bless you. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for blessing our students and asking them to value education. So now may I request Secretary Sriji R.N. Das sir to speak a few words.